Sammy Guevara has been suspended from AEW. Plus, William Regal made a surprise WWE appearance, and we had multiple returns and a heel turn at NXT Roadblock. It's all in the Cultaholic wrestling news right now. So the news broke from Fightful last night that Sammy Guevara's TV absence is due to suspension. Guevara not on telly at the moment because he's been suspended.
Yes, Fightful Select say Guevara is now serving a suspension in connection to the February 14th match he had against Jeff Hardy. During the match, Hardy sustained an injury and concussion protocol was not followed, which resulted in Sammy Guevara hitting his finisher on Hardy, which we're told shouldn't have happened. Fightful haven't been given specifics on how long the suspension is or any additional details. They say there is no timetable for Hardy's return. Dave Meltzer, though, has more.
He confirmed the Fightful report, saying that Guevara was actually told to pin Hardy after the 450 when there was concussion concerns, but instead kept going on with his finishing move and hit the go to hell. Meltzer said it's unclear why the referee or the doctor didn't just stop the match, which seems to be a good question.
Yes, it does actually, yeah.
Why you wouldn't just step in and go, well, I don't anymore.
And I'm not saying that Sammy Guevara's in the right or anything like that, but is it a case where if a more established, or like if Jericho did this, would they? I can't see the same thing happening. I don't know if I'm just being too on Sammy's side there, but yeah, surely the onus is on the referee and or the doctor to stop the match, not on the opponent.
Could be an onus on all of them, maybe. This isn't actually the first time that Sammy Guevara has been forced to take time off from AEW. He was previously punished for offensive comments that he made prior to his AEW run that resurfaced. He was also sent home following a backstage altercation with Andrade a few years back. This wasn't considered a formal suspension, but it's the latest in a series of moments and incidents that have led to Sammy Guevara being pulled from television. We'll keep you up to date on that one at cultaholic.com. Last night on NXT, a welcome return for William Regal.
Bum, bum, bum. It's a good interrupting a promo theme, that, isn't it? It's so sinister.
Nice.
Yes, this happened because obviously last week his son, Charlie Dempsey, won the NXT Heritage Cup, beating Noam Dar, and his stable, the No Quarter Catch crew, revealed this week that they're going to be defending the cup as a collective going forward. The catch clause that they've stressed is in all of their contracts. So you've got Charlie Dempsey, Drew Gulak, Miles Bourne, and Damon Kemp. It could be any of them. But as they were cutting this heel promo, this did bring out big Billy Regal, didn't it, Tom?
Big Billy Regal, or Mr. Regal, as he was identified very formally on the title card as he walked out. He talked about the importance of the Heritage Cup because it's a reflection on European wrestling from years gone by, and it's got a very special place in his heart. Charlie Dempsey then told his dad that he would defend the cup better than Regal ever could.
He's a heel.
He's a heel. Regal with a lovely little line went, 3, 5, 4, 4.
Yeah, he did.
He smelt the blood of an Englishman. But he said he would be watching what these lads do. So do we maybe find our way into a story where Regal either assumes control of the catch crew or just takes Charlie Dempsey under his wing as a solo guy?
Potentially. I mean, the No Quarter Catch crew have been compared instantly as soon as they started doing this whole shooty, catchy, catches, catch can gimmick. They've been kind of compared to the Blackpool Combat Club, obviously a group in AEW formed by William Regal. So if Regal was to take the helm, well, those comparisons would obviously escalate. But at the same time, it can't hurt to have William Regal in your group. Yeah.
But they're not quite in terms of like gravitas on the level just yet.
No.
So let's call them the Blackburn Combat Club. Let's call them the Blackburn Combat Club instead. Nice to see him back. He helped Ava become general manager recently. And it kind of seems like there might be some sort of authority that he still wields.
Yeah, do you think he like supersedes her? If there's really something that needs to be sorted out and Ava can't do it on her own, does she call upon William Regal?
Maybe.
Does she put up the Regal signal when he comes bounding along?
It's a pair of brass knucks silhouetted in the sky. I'd hope so. Also last night on NXT, it finally happened. Roxanne Perez is a baddie now.
Yes. Shucky ducky quack quack. Tom mentioned off camera just before that after this incident they're about to talk about, after it happens, how long's the pause?
Well, let's do the incident. Okay. So after Lyra Valkyria comes up short, winning the women's tag title, and able to win the women's tag title, she's attacked by Roxanne Perez, and Perez focuses on the arm, like really works on the arm, wraps it around the ring post and stamps on it, and there's genuine concern. You can hear Lyra going, it's out, it's out, it's out, like she's hurt her arm. Very silent, as Jack said, very quiet, not a word on commentary, hush in the audience, and then just cutting through the serious story they're trying to tell. You hear Booker T go, shucky ducky quack quack.
Yes.
Like,
no, I'm going to defend that little bit of commentary.
You?
Yeah, because in kayfabe and in reality, Booker T is Roxanne Perez's dad almost. He trained her. He always roots for her in her matches. So maybe it makes, I'm really clutching at straws. Maybe it makes sense that he wouldn't demonize her for such a heinous act instantly. Maybe he's sort of on her side.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm just giving them a bit too much of a hand there.
Do you know what? It's good to have both sides of the argument.
Yeah.
Because you're saying that he is somewhat confused, so almost defaulting to commentary isms.
Maybe it was a little really.
Maybe he thought she was being aggressive and was in a reluctant way applauding
endorsing
her.
It, yes, absolutely.
And endorsing the aggression.
Yeah.
Or ruining a moment. We can't tell. It could be either.
Now, this is a moment that has been built to for a while over the past few weeks. Roxanne's been acting more and more frustrated, kind of in a similar way to Drew McIntyre, where she's kind of a babyface in her own mind. Everything she's doing is justified because she feels like she's been passed over for opportunities. She never actually really lost the NXT Women's Championship the other year. She just vacated it. And I think that all of this frustration has resulted in her turning heel, but in her own mind, I quite enjoy the character because it's kind of a justified heel. And it's a little bit, I'm not saying she was a bland babyface, but maybe her initial babyface run had ran its course slightly by now.
I think, they did all they could there, so it's nice. And it's great for Roxanne Perez, who genuinely has a future in WWE. So I think you've got to get the full range in.
Fair enough.
You got to, some time spent as a heel, I think will be good, just to help you develop that character a bit more for whatever it turns out to be. So all good here. We saw the TV debut of a generational talent, a third generation star, making his WWE debut on television, that is.
Yes, Brogan Finlay, the son of Fit Finlay, made his WWE TV debut, as Tom said. He joined WWE just before Christmas last year, so he's not really been there very long at all. Apparently, he impressed at a tryout in September, and then last night on NXT, he made his first appearance on TV under the new ring name, Uriah Connors. He didn't have a lot, it wasn't a long match by any stretch. He got pretty much squashed by Sean Spears, but it's nice to see him get his foot in the door.
It really is. So he's the son of Fit Finlay himself, the son of a wrestler. So we've got history in the wrestling world in this one. I know David Finlay doing great things in New Japan. David Finlay, I had a chat with David Finlay just before Christmas and for Desert Island Graps, and he was saying that he wanted to convince Brogan to come over to New Japan, do more stuff there. We'll do more stuff in New Japan. And he said, well, no, I want to kind of find my own way.
Fair enough.
I want to find my own path, and this is where Brogan Finlay's journey begins. He had a really well-received match on the Coconut Loop against Charlie Dempsey.
Okay.
They did Regal Finlay 2024.
Right, okay.
And I thought, maybe they're going to go in with him doing that, and then I saw him as Uriah Connors and went, oh, no, we're doing this. Okay.
Maybe for now. But now. I mean, Charlie Dempsey didn't use the Regal name, but it's still acknowledged now that he is William Regal's son, so maybe they'll do the same for Uriah.
We will see. Two returns last night. Tricky Willie's back.
Whoop that trick, Tom.
Oh, they whooped that trick last night, and he whooped that Carmelo Hayes as well.
He did. He came back to exact revenge after Carmelo finally turned on him after months and months and months of build. It was presented as a surprise from Tony D'Angelo. He said, I can't do it.
I'm walking here.
Yeah, I got a little surprise for you, Carmelo. And then Trick ran out. Oh, no, he came out from the crowd because Carmelo had his security team there barring the entranceway. Trick was too clever for that. Came out of the crowd, and Melo did the great heel thing, running away, selling the fright and the shock. Whenever they have their big blow-off match, it's going to be a big one.
It really is. I think they do it at Stand and Deliver.
I hope so.
Yeah,
I really hope so.
Give us a knockdown, drag-out match at Stand and Deliver. Thank you, please. We also know as a result of that match between Hayes and Tony, we got Tony versus Ilya Dragunov at Stand and Deliver. I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
I don't see Ilya losing.
No, same. And 2 baby faces as well.
Yeah.
I guess Tony could win. A few weeks ago, he called a meeting with the other members of his family, his stable.
Family.
And said...
I said like I'm from EastEnders. Family.
And said something along the lines of, Stax was like, are we going to go rematch for the tag titles that we lost? And he went, no. Basically saying, I'm going on a big singles run. I'm going to remind everyone why I'm the real Don of NXT. So he could become the new champion. He also recently hired the services of the legal eagle of the law, Luca Crucifino. Maybe he could wangle some sort of stipulation or something in storyline. We'll have to wait and see.
Intriguing.
But I agree with you. I think Ilya's, as it stands, Ilya's got to be the favourite.
Surely has to be. And also last night we saw the return from injury of Sol Ruca. It was rumoured last week that she was due back, and then we had the video of the writing on the beach that said, see you soon. Of course, it was Sol Ruca. She attacked Blair Davenport during her match with Fallon Henley, hitting her with a cartwheel DDT.
Yes.
She came through the crowd. It looked magnificent. And it led to Henley picking up a 3. Ruca, first time back in the ring since April of last year.
Wow, it's been that long.
Yeah,
Wow.
she tore her ACL. She's been out for a while.
Yeah, she seems like somebody who is... She kind of reminds me maybe of like a bit of a Bianca Belair, someone who doesn't necessarily have all the experience on the indies and all the fundamentals and everything, but someone who's an insane athlete and someone who you can tell WWE might have an eye on them and possibly big things in the future. So there's a lot of promise there with Sol Ruca, and it's great to see her back.
There's a lot of promise in TNA for the tag team Speedball Mountain.
Oh, yes.
Trent Seven and Speedball Mike Bailey. I had a chat with them last night, and with apologies, I got them to do possibly the worst quiz ever.
Oh.
I organised a quiz, didn't go very well, but you know what? I've put it all online. You can hear it anyway. It's a thing. We also talk about them becoming a tag team in TNA. We also sort of talk about their previous ex-partners, if you will, and we talk about some of the inspiration they've had getting into the world of tag team wrestling in TNA.
We could be like a budget them.
We could, couldn't we?
Yes, we could. Yes.
Which one do you want to be?
Oh, obviously Speedball. Come on now.
I wanted to be Bailey.
Oh, it can't be Trent Seven.
There you go, man. Great. That's exclusively on the Cultaholic Wrestling podcast feed. Are you twitching tonight?
I believe so. Myself and Owen Mawson, twitch.tv/Cultaholic. Although I will say now, I believe Owen's free to do it. I've got a mountain of work. I'll see how today goes.
Oh.
So I might.
What could this mean for WrestleMania?
I know. I may or may not be there. I believe Owen is free, and if he is, we either I or he or both of us will be on Twitch at 6 p.m. UK time. I genuinely should have checked before we came.
But it's okay, because either way, we're going to see some live streaming tonight, because Sergeant Pacitti takes to the ring once again. Adam Pacitti playing through WWE 2K24 every night this week, and you can join him later tonight as well. There is a pinned post down there with the times and stuff for you as well. Really enjoying seeing what 2K24 is all about, and if you're not sure and you want to see what it's all about, watch Sergeant Pacitti doing his thing later. And for the latest wrestling news throughout the day, you can check out Cultaholic.com. Stay safe. Love you. Bye.